ladies and gentlemen, there's a morning game on Sunday. It's the Colts and the Patriots. They're playing overseas yet again. So as we look at this, incredible graphic, by the way, Snake. Counselor, let me come to you first. Are we fading? Are we following the Fighting Gardner Minshew's all the way overseas in Germany? Start us off.
We go from Kansas City, Miami to the Colts and the Patriots. So a little downgrade, if you will. But you mentioned it with Gardner Minshew. I mean, he's certainly fun to root for. This one is such an interesting matchup to me because normally I'd say, hey, listen, I think the Colts can run the ball against New England, but the New England rush defense is actually pretty good. Their defense overall, not very good. The reason why I'm actually going to be following the favorite here in Gardner Minshew and company is we saw what Mac Jones and company put up against the Washington defense, which was really depleted both on their front end and back end. They just weren't able to muster much. And I just think the Colts defense is going to be able to hold up against Mac Jones, Ramondre Stevenson, and this, Demario Douglas is their lead receiver now with Kendrick Bourne out. So I think ultimately this is going to be a low scoring game. So I would lean towards that under of 43. It's going to be a battle of teams just trying not to lose the game as opposed to going after it and winning the game like we might have seen in Frankfurt last week with Kansas City and Miami. But ultimately, I think the Colts win this one. I like them to cover the 1.5. Money line obviously in play as well.
All right, so we got one for the Colts. Sniper, as we come to you, it kind of sucks seeing the Patriots and Bill Belichick end this way, but they continue to go down. Will they go down this weekend?
Yeah, as somebody who's lived in Indiana for a long time, it's funny at this point seeing Colts and Patriots logos when it used to be so fun. It used to be awesome when it was Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, and now it's Gardner Minshew and Mac Jones. Look, I actually trust Minshew more than Mac Jones in this one. Mac Jones started the season with a really good game in week 1. He looked like he might be turning the corner with a couple decent games recently, and then again looked pretty bad last week. Minshew is probably the best backup quarterback in the NFL, which at this point I guess he's the starter because Richardson's out for the season. But I like the Colts in this one, so I'm going to follow the Colts.
All right, 2 for 2. Chip, talk to me.
Oh, can I get on this total? Because you know what this game reminds me of? It reminds me of how the T-shirts that they print up for the Super Bowl champion that doesn't win gets dropped off in Burkina Faso, right? Like this, like we exported our best last week, and now we're going to drop off those T-shirts that say that the Patriots beat the Giants, right? So here's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing 2 quarterbacks that are mid. And I'm seeing any of the impact of this game going overseas. Give me the under all day. You know what? Let's go first quarter under, first half under, full game under, and wrap them up because this game is.
There's so many different theories on these international games, but here is the one we have this week. The Colts laying 1, Patriots, they've just stunk. They have just stunk the last several weeks. 43.5 is the total. So, RJ, I'm starting with you. I don't know how you look at these international games, but right now the Colts have been the side that have been scoring, but I don't know what to do on this one. Talk to me.
Yeah, the look ahead was New England -1, so it's moved 2 points. But my opinion on these teams really hasn't changed. I like Washington to beat New England last week, and they did. It was an embarrassing loss for New England. The offense did average 5.2 yards per play despite all the injuries they have at receiver, trying to figure out the receiver depth chart at this point. Their defense is second in yards per rush, and that's where the Colts have had success with Jonathan Taylor now back in the lineup. And I think putting the game on Minshew's arm is ideal if you're the Patriots. You want him to throw the ball all over the place and give you the ball back a few times. Indy's offense, like we just said, had 3.5 yards per play. Not like they're playing well offensively. That's very bad against that Carolina defense. Catching points with either team's ideal here. Now that it's at 1, it's basically just who do you think is going to win. I disagree with the move off the look ahead. I don't see why this line would flip ahead to make New England the underdog. So I'm gonna lean to New England, but I think the line's about where it should be.
So Mac Jones did what Mac Jones tends to do. He got his team almost back into it, Maestro, and then ends the game throwing a pick to the Commanders' defense. I think that's where people see this Patriots team now. I could be wrong. What do you see?
I feel for the guy because he put the ball right in Juju Smith-Schuster's hands. They were at the Washington 41, down 3. It would have been about a 10-yard completion. Goes right through his hands, picked off, game over. But still, 4 drives down, a field goal against a terrible Commanders defense, and you can't even tie the game at home. That is super embarrassing. I mean, the Patriots are 2-7. All the talk is when will Belichick get fired? Who's going to replace him? The Colts definitely have a better mojo. In terms of point differential, the Patriots have been outscored by almost 100 points this season. The Colts pretty much dead even right now. I would favor, to me, it's going to be Colts or pass.